Rashmi audible? Jasmina, Jasvina, Jasvina, Pradeep Gauri.
Yes, sir.
I'm audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Today I want to take further more points on your unit 3, that is customer defined service standards. Okay. So you know already that this is a slide, types of the customer defined service standards, process, then demand patterns and how to manage that demand, foreseeable cycles, random demand variation, demand patterns by market segment, then what are the factors influencing demand, four common types of constraints facing the services, then optimum versus maximum use of capacity, capacity planning, types of capacity planning, then steps for capacity planning, what are the strategies for matching the capacity and demand, what are those waiting lines management, okay, waiting line problems, strategies, yield revenue management, conditions for yield management process, then what are the importance of yield management, then what are the key factors leading to provider gap 2, discussed already. So what are the strategies for managing gap 2, service leadership, the 7 rules of service leadership, leadership and measurement system for market driven services performance. Okay, I completed this also. Then model of service leadership, it includes vision, synthesizing, formulating the vision, promoting commitment, implementation of vision. In today's class, I want to recollect this particular uh, model of service leadership. My dear students, in each and every person's life, there should be a vision. I mentioned already, like to the leaders as well as to the any entrepreneurs. Take an example. Without any vision, there is no any business. Without vision, there is no any particular life. Okay, there is no meaning to the life at all. So we need to maintain that vision. So after that, we need to reach that. So a leader creates the vision, one who are having leading skills in them. So they are going to create the vision. Vision is nothing but image of the future. What you are thinking about the future life. Okay. What you are going to predict about the future. Okay. What are the strategies you are going to implement. Okay. So those all are coming under that. So a leader must have developed a mental image of possible future, such as of the organization. It may be vague like a dream, but the vision is the target. So see in one's own life. Okay, without vision, what I mentioned, there is nothing. So if we are having any vision, okay, so there should be a that is like as an target, means you need to reach the target which the leader should achieve. It has been found that organizations with extremely good vision are found to be 4 times better rated than companies with a poor vision. If in a particular organization, uh, whatever the particular those organizations they are going to implement those visions, okay, as compared to okay other than companies with a poor vision. So here, as an management as well as an entrepreneur, okay, as an management, as an again employees, again uh, As an take an example, a founder, they need to discuss their particular vision and any target to our objectives to the employers, employees. Then only it should be reachable. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. So, second point is synthesizing vision. How you are going to synthesize that? Synthesizing means combining. Here, the leader is combining the past and the future. What you did past and how you are going to connect to the future life. Okay. So the future is called foresight and the past is called hindsight, no doubt. How you are going to look for your future, that is foresight, and what are the points you want to collect from the hindsight for the purpose to edit, for the purpose to fill that gap. Those are coming under the synthesizing vision. The foresight will ensure that the vision is quite appropriate with the future environment. Okay. The insight will ensure that organization culture and traditional are not violated. Okay. Whatever the traditional and what are the tradition is there, what is the organization culture is there. Okay. You don't have a right to violate that, but if there is any problem, okay, in the service, take an example, by taking that insight, okay, with respect to foresight, okay, you need to analyze that and improve that service. This one that's coming into the synthesizing vision. Combining both, the leader's vision defines what the organization should strive. Okay, so on the basis of that, okay, you need to work on that. Then formulating the vision. How you are going to formulate the vision? Third point is very important. That is, service vision may be simple or complex. It may be simple or complex, but you should aware about that. What is your vision is? If it is simple, no doubt, you need to be in routine work, try to achieve in very simply. Okay, but if that is a complex, you need to work hard. So that the proper formulating is very important. The best vision statement should be that is in the form of brief or that should be clear. Suppose take an example. My vision is my vision is to become one of the principal of the one institute. Take an example. That is my vision. So the thing is, for the purpose to reach that particular principal post, what are the qualities those are necessary? Suppose your vision is okay, you maybe CEO of the company. Okay, for the purpose to reach that, okay, what are the particular skills those are required? Those are you need to formulate like that in service sector. Okay, for the purpose to reach that any target given target by the management, okay, you need to formulate the particular vision that should be brief and that should be clear. Okay, example, to become the best knowledge provider in the world, like what are the points those are needed, how you are going to formulate, how you are going to take help from your superiors, depend on that. Okay, the vision you can reach. Then promoting commitment, fourth point, how you are going to promote yourself, any taken commitments. Okay, one of the examples for a service leader to create commitment is to travel to all the outlets and supervise personally to find out how service is going on and what is a satisfaction level of the customers. Very important. At the end, we need to analyze the customer level, whether they are satisfied or no. As an sales executive, they need to roam from one outlet to another outlet to supervise personally to find out the how that service is going on, whether the customers are happy about that or no. Okay, this follows the principle that if you are a leader, you better lead that if you know that any problems of the customers. Therefore, a leader should lead by example. This is one of the ways to motivate the other employees and let them know that you want to see what they are doing and what they can do, what they are doing now. So by analyzing that if they are doing anything wrong, okay, tell them, train them, then they will do that work. They can do very easily. That's what training plays a very important role, okay, for the purpose to, okay, finish that any given task within that time. That those are coming under the promoting commitment. Then fifth one is implementation of vision. How are you going to implement any vision? Visions are there is not in short term, long term. It will take more time to reach that. Okay, so for the purpose to implement in your life, okay, you need to implement all the skills. You have to put effort, okay, you have to put some financial this one. So on the basis of that, all those, okay, you can reach that particular vision. A leader implements the service vision. During the process of implementing the vision, the leader should not only be involved fully, you should also engage in other actions such as restructuring the organization, selecting and training the employees, motivating, team building, and promoting the change in addition to risk taking. See, one who are going to take risk as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as an investor, as a founder of the company. So they don't have only one work to take that as a vision and to finish that work. For only one person, it is not possible. They have to take help from the others. Means by with respect to service marketing, okay, they need to again work hard. Like they need to restructure the organization if there is any problem. They need to select proper candidate, train them, motivate them, build that particular team in your organization and promote the changes. What are the changes required in addition to the for the purpose to take any risk? Okay, those all are the points coming under the implementation of vision. So in implementation of vision, what I mentioned already, structuring the organization is very important. How you are going to structure that any organization? While formulating the organization structure, the leader must make sure that there are rigid functional boundaries for the purpose to maintain any functions, planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. That should be very rigid, not flexible. So on the basis of that, okay, maybe it may be the centralization technique they need to implement. So on the basis of that, okay, they will take actions, okay, they will take any actions while they are going to frame or restructure about the organization or for the purpose to take any uh, decisions also. Too many layers of management, and there should be no any too many layers of management. They have to give who is really familiar with them, okay, then who is going to work, okay, very hard. So depend on that, they have to maintain that rigid hierarchy and bureaucracy. This organizational structure should be process oriented, no doubt. They believe in only the work, so that it satisfies the customer needs instead of each function in the organization feeling satisfied about their own departmental function. So to do this, the following steps have to be followed for the purpose to structuring the organizations. What are the steps you need to follow? First one is organize the structure based on the process and not on a task of the department. What is the steps are there? What is the process is there? You need to follow that instead of only work in the department. Assign the owner for each process. Assign particular work to the qualified candidates for each particular process. Then flatten and eliminate all those work which does not add value, which is not going to add any value. Okay, you need to again uh, uh, leave that work or remove them. Flatten your particular business and eliminate such a kind of particular persons. Use teams to manage everything. Give the teams a common purpose. For the purpose to finish any given task, you need to build up some teams for the common purpose, okay, and tell them to finish that any work within the time, and that should be manageable. Let the customers drive the performance and derive satisfaction. As a customer, okay, they should analyze that performance by the service providers, and they should analyze the satisfaction level about this company to another company, like that. Reward team performance instead of individual performance. Okay, as an service marketing manager, you have to give that particular, what kind of particular performance is there in the team, okay, and individual. By analyzing these all, instead of concentrating only on individual performance, okay, you have to give respect to uh, all the candidates. 1 minute. Okay, with respect to all, okay, by analyzing all the employees performance, you need to give them rewards instead of giving only one particular reward to the single uh, employee. Maximize service provider and customer contact. You need to maximize the number of services, what, how many employees are working under the service provider, total how many service providers are there, okay. Then you need to maintain that customer contact also. Inform and train all the employees, okay, within that organization. And whatever the information is there from the top to the bottom, you need to inform. That should be circulative in nature in the organization. So that will helpful for you to, again, to structure the organization in an organization. The second, in that only, selecting, then acculturating and training. What is that exactly? Okay, that is selecting. You know what you are going to select. Uh, a qualified candidate to the organization, and then acculturating means you need to maintain that such a kind of culture. Then and you need to give that such a kind of particular facility to all the employees, one who are not ready to work, okay, one who don't have such a kind of finishing. For them you need to give training. The major part of implementing service involves the hiring and training the right people. Selecting and acculturating. Selecting involves choosing the right service worker for each job. Acculturating involves teaching them and makes the employees learn the organizational culture and vision. For the purpose to what kind of particular organization culture is there, you need to teach them like as a teacher to the worker. So that is also in the form of what are the visions of the company, what are the missions of the company, objectives, the targets, what is the culture, everything you need to give them training. So the training helps to perform his responsibilities and duties. If once you are giving such a kind of particular training, no doubt they can analyze their responsibilities and duties to perform in the organization. Then third one, that is also very important in the organizational structuring, need to motivate all the employees for the purpose to take any work from them. The real leader should motivate the employees. The method of motivating the subordinates include use of authority, okay, as an real leaders, okay, need to take use of that particular authority. And you again, you should give that authorities to take any decisions to the other subordinates also. Role model build. As a leader, you have to maintain that role model, then be ethical, be confident, take good decisions, okay, without discriminating any person, okay, communicate properly, take proper decisions to all the problems. Then that increases the self confidence also. So delegate, introduce, reward and punishment. So these all are the points coming under the motivating. Then next point is managing information. Managing information, it includes how we are going to inform to all the workers, service providers, even including customers also. how much you are effective as a leader, how you are going to transform the information, which media you are going to use, okay, who are the listeners, you need to identify that. So once you identify that, then leaders listen to their subordinates and to the customers also. Successful leaders will be unwilling to delegate the most important functions to the others, but want to be involved and gain knowledge. As an any successful leaders, they're not going to give all the particular work to or any functions to the others. They are also involved in that, and they will try to gain more knowledge every time. Leaders have two types of communications which they use effectively to solve any given problems. That is formal communication and informal communication. Formal is official, informal is that is unofficial. For the purpose to take any decisions, they can use that. So next point is team building. Here it is also very important, okay, as an leader, okay, team building is very important to finish any particular work. So in team building, service leaders need to build teams which work effectively to achieve the goals. For the purpose to achieve any goal, it it will take more time, but the thing is, for the purpose to achieve that goal as an service leader, okay, they need to think about the teams, and they need to give such a kind of workload to the employees in the team. So second is, that is, strategies has to be implemented to ensure that the employees work together. For the purpose to smooth run of your organization, as a service leader, they need to mention some strategies. Once they implement any strategies, no doubt they can work easily in the team. So third one is achieving cooperative goals, and that can be reached only by working together. By doing work in a group or in a team, okay, if we maintain cooperative nature in the particular organization between one employee to another employee, if we are giving such a kind of any work to the all the employees in the form of cooperation, as a leader, okay, uh, one who are a real leader, they will give such a kind of particular cooperative work to the all the employees, so it becomes very easy for organizations to achieve any goal in that team only. Then fourth one, use teams and task forces for implementing the service and reward the same. Whatever teams are there, okay, and whatever work is given by them, okay, as a leader, they are trying to implement that particular rules, and they will give that such a kind of particular any rewards to the worker. So these are the points which are coming into the team building. Then next point is promoting change and risk taking. One who are going to take such a kind of risk, one who are ready to hard worker. For them, you need to promote them, because in an organization, if you are going to expect anything, like a leader, if you are going to expect anything from the employees, change should be needed. So if there is a change, means you need to give them promotion, increments, change in the salary, change in the other any rewards. So no doubt, then only as an employee they will take any risk. So on the basis of that, they will feel like there is a future in the organization. They are going to start to work in the organization. So, it is found that unsuccessful service organizations have leaders who have short term and narrow thinking. They are not, when there is, you already know that in unsuccessful organizations, okay, as an service leaders, they are not going to give any particular benefits to the worker, because of their short term and narrow thinkers. Second one of the duty of the leader is to have an open mind and encourage innovation in the organization. As an leader, okay, they should be open minded. They need to listen properly what are the employees' problems are, what they are telling. Is there any particular new ideas those are generated in the organizations by the employees? If there is any good ideas by the employees, as an leader, they have to motivate to the worker, and they need to implement such a kind of particular any invention in the organization. So that will become innovation to the organization, and you are the major competitor to the market. So change is the only thing remains constant, and every other things changes. If you are going to change, okay, that will change everything. Okay, that's what change is required. Then leader should have the mindset to take challenges in the future uncertain environment, because we don't know what kind of particular future life is. We don't know about next 1 hour. But the thing is, as a leader, we are going to forecast about our future life. We are forecast about our future businesses by analyzing the market condition. But but leaders mindset plays a very important role by analyze, for the purpose to analyze what are the major strategies I need to implement. Okay, how I should invent anything, how I should be innovative. Okay, how I should be totally innovative in the particular market condition. You as a leader, they need to take care about their business. Then only it is possible to take any initiation in the future. Then coming to the next point, that is service quality as profit strategy. I already mentioned service quality spells profits, no doubt. Uh, uh, in each and every service quality, when there is a quality in the service, that gives the major profits. Okay, so service are totally depend on how your customers are retained in the organization, how they are your brand loyal. So depend on that, there are majorly two kinds of marketing. One is defensive marketing, and second one is offensive marketing. In defensive marketing, okay, there are totally profits are depends on the margins. Okay, what kind of particular customers costs are there? What are the volume of the purchases they are going to buy? Okay, what are the price premiums? Then what's the word of mouth? So depend on these four particular parameters. Okay, by the customers, you are going to get that margins. So that margin is your profit. But in offensive, depend on the market share, reputation, then price premiums, how you are going to sell your particular product. And by selling such a kind of particular product, what you'll get, that is in the form of profits. Those are coming under the offensive, by the offensive marketing. So defensive marketing and offensive marketing both are plays a very important role by selling your particular product. Okay, by market share, by reputation, or by price premium, what you will get in the form of sales. Okay, that will get the profit. But in defensive marketing, by maintaining such a kind of good customer relationship, by retaining the all the customers, what you are going to collect them from, how they are going to buy that any products, what is the price premiums, costs, and their word of mouth, what you will get that in the form of margins, and that margin is your profit. So depend on this particular cycle only, that service quality as profit strategy is dependent. So next point is service design and positioning. How you are going to design the service, and how you should maintain that positioning in the organization. The objective is to study the following: as an particular service provider, service marketing manager, describe the challenges inherent in service design. What are the challenges are there? Okay, what are the future coming problems are there? Okay, you need to forecast on that. Okay, so on the basis of that, you need to design about your service. Second, present the steps in the new service development process. What are the present steps that are required in the new service development, okay, process? So you need to add those steps, and you need to follow that. Then third one, show the value of service blueprinting and quality function deployment. You need to show that how you are going to give that such a kind of services, and what are the qualities of function you are going to implementing for your organization in new service design and service improvement, and demonstration of how to build a service blueprint. You know already, because you already met some companies, so you may saw that particular blueprints maintained by some company. So that proper demonstration of that blueprint is very important, because that build up a good relationship between you and your customers, and that explains the service positioning and the role of the service quality, dimensions, service evidence, and blueprinting in positioning strategies for the purpose to maintain that evidence. Okay, how you are giving such a kind of services to the end users. So you need to maintain that as an process in the blueprint. So on the basis of that, the strategies you can implement for your organizations for the purpose to maintain any positions. Okay, so these are the points that are coming under that. Before going to take further more points, I want to take your attendance. All you have to come in video mode. All have to come in video mode fast. Vishaka Shinde, Meghna Jakati,
Yes, sir.
Rangoli, Ayman Mullah, Vishnu, Sanket Rasal. All have to come in video mode fast. Okay. Then what are the challenges are there in service design? Before going to design any services to the end users, especially for your organization, how you are going to give that such a kind of services. Okay. What are the challenges those are required? Those challenges are, since services are no doubt those are intangible in nature, it is always difficult to describe and communicate, because services are delivered by employees to customers. They are heterogeneous. Rarely two services are alike and experienced in the same way. These characteristics of services are the heart of the challenge to and involve in the designing and positioning the services. So, designing is okay, but for the purpose to maintain that relationship with all the clients, it becomes very difficult, my friends. So, that proper whatever that processes are there, okay, that becomes very easy, but services are, it is one of the very challenging task to the end users, because it is heterogeneous in nature, because as a customer their views are different, and as a service provider their views are different, but as per the need. Okay, as a service provider they need to research on work, or you need to go analyze that word of mouth. Okay, collect their expectations and give that better services to the end user. Then service design, uh, and this one you know already. Then risk of describing services by words alone. How you are going to describe that risk of that services? That is, Lynn Shostak, a pioneer in developing design concepts of our services, has pointed out four risks of attempting to describe services in words alone. Those are oversimplification, first one, that is, Shostak points out that to say that portfolio management means buying and selling stocks is like describing the space shuttle as something that flies. Some people will picture a bird, some an aeroplane. That means words are simply inadequate to describe a whole service system. See, very important. It's very simple. That is, some people they feel like that that is a bird, okay, and some people they feel that that is aeroplane. So depend on here, the thing is only this much, depend on the perception, how you are going to think on that. Okay, depend on that, we need to simplify that particular services. So second one is incompetency in describing services. Okay, people means employees, managers, and customers all tend to omit details or elements of the services. What are the elements are there? Okay, so you need to discuss all that particular blueprint about the organizations to the customers, organization employees, okay, even to the service provider, everything they should aware about that, with which they are not a familiar person, might do a fairly credible job of describing how a discount stock brokerage service takes orders or from customers. But would that person be able to describe fully how monthly statements are created, how the interactive computer system works, and how these two elements of the services are integrated into the order taking process? For the purpose to take orders, okay, as an service provider, they should be able to describe fully in the form of monthly statements, or they can use some systems. Okay, they need to maintain that any softwares for the purpose to maintain that overall that customers database. So depend on that. Okay, they need to implement everything neatly, otherwise it leads to the incompetency. Example, surgeon and physician, how they are going to take actions depend on the problems of the patient, like that. So third one is subjectivity. See, if you are a service marketing manager, you should be very subjective. So on the basis of that particular subjective only, you are going to concentrate on the work. Means you are going to improve your quality of services. Any one person describing a service in words will be biased by personal experiences and degree of exposure to the services. There is a natural and mistaken tendency to assume that because all people have gone a fast food restaurant, they will understand what that service is. Maybe the whether the fast food that service quality is good or bad, everything they are aware about that. Persons working in different functional areas of the same service organization, like example, a marketing persons, an operations persons, or a finance person in any organization, how they are going to operate, they know already, no need to discuss, are likely to describe the service very differently as well, based by their own functional blends, depend on their particular uh, core subjects. Okay, their particular explanation is different, and other department person's explanation is different. So maybe that's depend on the subjectivity, how they are going to explain, and how they are going to take that as an one of the major point. So here, why I'm telling, as an service leader, as a service provider, as an any founder of the company, they need to take those all as an positive, then take any proper particular statements from the workers as well as by the customers, then they need to run that simple particular organization simply without taking any rational decisions. Then biased interpretation means no two people will define responsive, quick, and flexible in exactly the same way. Maybe their answers are different. For example, a supervisor or manager may suggest to a frontline service employee that the employee should try to be more flexible or responsive in providing service to the customers. So depend on the nature, how you are going to take that as a challenge, and how you are going to interpret. Suppose take an example, maybe in your project or after completion of your project work, in the report writing, okay, by analyzing the particular graphs, you need to write that interpretation. So depend on by analyzing that all percentages or data, how you are going to take that as an inference, depend on that, depend on your perception, depend on all employees data, how they perceived about the question. So depend on that, here's also you need to take action on the particular services as a service provider. Then whatever this new service development processes are there, points are there, I'll take this to the next class. Up to that, I'll maybe only 20 seconds are there with me. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. I'll start in next class, new service development. If you have any questions, ask me now. Yes, Dhanasri Bide.